Hey there everyone, Mandy here with Wealth Express, and today we're going to make Mickey waffles. I'm sure all of you make them in your house, but we are going to show you over the coming months like different variations of them and how you can make them. You probably see you're gonna see my dirty kitchen, you're gonna see my dirty house, no makeup. I mean, this is what you get all the time anyway at my house anyway. So, and usually what I do is I'll just make up a big batch of them and then like put them in the refrigerator. And then the kids can pull them out whenever they want to and then get the Mickey waffle iron out and do it themselves. My kids are a little bit older. I have a girl who's 12 and twin boys that are 9, so they can do those certain things, but of course before all of that I was doing it, and this just makes it easier for me to be able to make a big batch of it, and then in the mornings you're not like scrounging for something to eat and trying to figure it out. And of course then on some birthday occasions or whatever, they get Mickey waffles because it's something special. But we do have a couple of variations that we do, and the one that I really like doing here lately is, I don't know if you have discovered the website called ditchthecarbs.com, but she has some, we're not completely carb free, believe me, but we do like to do certain things that are low carb. So this is one of them that we like to do that's low carb. And it doesn't have as much sugar in it, of course, and as much carbs, and it has a little bit more protein. So at least I know that the kids will have a little bit, it'll keep them, because whenever it's just waffles and syrup, they're like on a sugar high for forever, and then they have that sugar crash. So this kind of prevents a little bit of the sugar crash. And of course then they get a little bit of Disney as well, and they get some protein that'll last them at least until 10 o'clock in the morning. If your kids are anything like mine, they just, they eat and eat and eat. The kids will even like bring some of this stuff out like during the day and eat it for a snack, so it does help. But anyway, this is probably going to be kind of a long video just because I'm going to show you everything. First and foremost, she has an option on her website where you can go and like double or triple the ingredients. I double it just because we're a family of 5 and it's just a little bit easier. Sometimes I do triple it. So the double variation of this is 10 servings, but I don't know about your kids, but my kids eat a little bit more than 1 serving anyway, so it's just good to have it. Sometimes I do triple it. Anyway, so with low carb, I'm sure you know, with anything low carb, you're gonna use quite a bit of eggs, especially if you're using coconut flour. So the first thing that, this one calls for 10 eggs. Again, I'm going to put this, I'm going to put her variation of this recipe in the comments and on the blog as well. I'm going to put it everywhere so you can have it. But the first thing that she says is to separate the egg whites and the yolks. Now this does take a little bit of time, guys, but it is what it is. So, and I'm not good at this. Let me just tell you right now, I'm not a gourmet cook. I do cook, and I do bake, but I especially started cooking a lot whenever my twins were born. Just because we became a family of 5 and it was kind of hard to eat out all the time. And plus, we try to live as, a little bit of a healthier lifestyle. We try. But, things get in the way. So I get it. So, like, this is time consuming and this is a pain in the butt. Believe me. I did wash my hands, so just letting y'all know. But it is time consuming. But like I said, if you take this, I'm not doing very well. If you do this, ever so often, you know, like make a bulk of it, it's not as bad. So like during the weekend, this is sometimes what I'll do. Don't come down making lots of noise. I'm making a video. What's up?
What you making?
Waffles.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean.
That's cool, man.
Look, people.
Oh, he's gonna show you. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, if you make it in bulk and you only do it ever so often, it's not as bad. So, adios. Probably. Okay. This is the story of my life. Where's Dad? I don't know. Like, usually Chris, if y'all have ever watched any of our videos, y'all know that he's usually outside. So why they ask me where he is, I don't know. Because he's usually outside. The first place that they should be looking is outside. But anyway. So yeah. But while I'm here and we're doing this together. This is so gross. While I'm here and doing this, y'all drop in the comments and tell me what your favorite breakfast is whenever you go to a Disney park. So tell me in the comments, what's your favorite thing to eat whenever you're at the Disney parks? Is it Mickey Waffles? Is it the pancakes? Is it, I mean, and tell me what resort you get it at or what restaurant. We'd love to know. So we'll know the next time that we go to try something new. Okay, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost there. 8. Usually I get to talk into my family and then I forget like the ingredients. And I forget like how much I already put in. I know one time like I was baking something and I was talking to Chris and I put way too much salt in something. Like I doubled it and didn't realize it. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that today. Yeah. I can't believe that I haven't gotten shell in any of it just yet, but it looks like I'm about to, so I'm going to try really hard not to. So gross. I mean, eggs are good for you, but that's so nasty. Ugh. Okay, that's 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the last one, and then I've got to go wash my hands. Yeah, I got shell. Oh, but that was easy to get out, so. My daughter is actually a lot better at this. She's 12, and she's better at separating eggs than I am. I don't know why I didn't get her in here to do this. Okay, gonna go wash my hands. I seriously hope y'all cannot see into my Yeah, you can. You can see in there. Yeah, there's dishes in there. I don't want to be too... I want to be careful because I think I just got egg goop on the counter. But anyway, okay, so 10 eggs. And then the instructions says to whisk the egg whites until firm and form stiff peaks. So this is kind of what gives the low carb waffles a little bit of life. And they end up being really, really fluffy. Even if you're not low carb, like I said, we're not completely low carb, but we try to be, you know, just a little bit mindful of like our health and stuff. So even if you're not low carb, this is really good to a recipe to have on hand. So put the egg yolks to the side, and then this is the part where you're gonna form the stiff peaks. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm sorry because I can't talk and do this at the same time because it's really loud, so it's gonna be rather boring for a second. So if you need to go take a bathroom break, go take a bathroom break. Now's the time to do it. But it's getting there. think we're good. So yeah, I was the dummy that brought in my computer to look up the recipe, and thank God it didn't get on it, but it got all over me. So that took about what, 3-4 minutes to do. So gonna set that aside. Bring the egg yolks back. Get your Mickey spatula. Oh yeah, and did you see, along with you gotta have your Mickey necessities for real. Egg yolks. Then you're gonna do coconut flour. People ask me about coconut flour all the time if I like it. I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily like it in anything else except for like breakfast stuff. It's just, it is rather strong. So, but it's gluten-free. We are gluten-free. It's gluten-free. And of course, it's low carb too, but you know. So, anyway, it says 8 tablespoons. I don't know what that converts to, so guess what we're gonna do? 8 tablespoons, because I can't do math anyway, and I'm not gonna Google it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, set that aside. So then, let's see what else. Sweeteners. So, okay, there is a lot of controversy about sweetener. If you are low carb, or if you are very health conscious like we are, some people say don't use it, some people say use it. Let me just tell you, I'm here to tell you, I use it sometimes. I just use it in moderation. So if recipes do call for it, I do I use it, but I don't have a lot of recipes that do use it. So just be mindful of it. Do what you got to do for your family. But this is the kind that I use for these in particular. It's like a brown type, it's a brown sugar blend. So I think it just tastes better. But so she says to do 8 tablespoons or more to taste. That is up to you and how you want to do it. So I'm just going to do 8 because that's plenty for me. And you got to remember too, you're trying to sweeten it because we're trying to, this recipe is lower carb. So you kind of want to sweeten it so you don't have to load on sugar, or load on the syrup. So then that's pointless. 4. Told y'all I have to count. 5, 6. You're on camera. So, yeah, there's a video going, so if you don't want to be on video.
Baking with Mandi?
Yeah, sure. 7.
What are we cooking?
Waffles.
Ooh.
Ditch the carbs. Waffles. Libby's waffles.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Oh Lord, I hope Ethel doesn't get left in the rain again.
Okay, well, she's fine. All right, let me do this.
Alright.
All right, can you put that up? And then, let's see, and baking powder. She's worried about the goat. We have goats and it's raining. And I don't know if you know anything about goats. We didn't before we got goats. But goats don't like rain. So, and it rains a lot at my house. A lot. So I just use regular baking powder. Nothing special. It calls for 2 teaspoons. So All right. I always keep like a, I don't know why that's there. I always keep like a plate close by where I can put all of this stuff so it doesn't get extra filth all over the counters. Anyway, okay, so, okay, and then we're going to mix all of that together first before we do anything else. So that's going to go together. And you can probably see the consistency. It's a little, I mean, it's not very watery. We're about to make it a little bit more liquidy with butter. So, okay, another thing, a lot of people are a little bit scared of butter, but we eat butter. And if you are low carb, then like I said, we are not completely low carb. We just do what we do and do what we can, and we try to stay healthy. But we do use butter. So this calls for quite a bit of butter. So if you are scared of butter, then this may not be the thing for you. Okay, so you're going to use, that's kind of all done. 2 sticks plus 1 tablespoon. So Libby is from New Zealand, so she has to put that in parentheses because she puts 250 grams. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know. But anyway, add melted butter slowly, mix in to ensure it's a smooth consistency. So I'm gonna get a bowl. If I can grab it. And I just use regular butter. We try to get organic whenever we can, but today we weren't able to. Sometimes I'll go to like, I don't even know if you have like a market around, like a, you know, a fresh type market, or to where you can get fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. If you can, then sometimes, you know, they have like Amish butter, or if you live in a town like I do, you know people who make butter, or you make it yourself. So that's even healthier. So she says 2 sticks, and then, what did she say? I don't want to make a mess of my computer. This is not smart to put my computer here. I usually have my iPad. 2 sticks plus 1 tablespoon. So we'll just cut this one a little bit. It's not exact, but it's something. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stick that in the microwave. All right. While we're waiting on that, again, just want to tell you that all of this, you've got to do it in moderation and do it the way that you want it to be done. Like I said, if you don't believe in sweeteners, then this isn't for you. If you're not a big egg person, this isn't for you either. But really, honestly, guys, you can't, I'm telling you, whenever you get done with this, you're not gonna know that it's low carb. And if you do it the right way, you're not gonna tell. It's really good. I don't want the butter to explode. My microwave is dirty because everything explodes in it. And I can't blame it on my kids. Most of the time it's me that does it. Okay. It's pretty good. Okay, then you're gonna take this. That's a lot of butter, man. It says add the melted butter slowly, mix in to ensure it's a smooth consistency. So, and this is not, you don't want it hot because you don't want to cook it in here. So this is kind of warm. It's just enough. I mean, like as soon as it melted, I stopped it. There were still like a couple of chunks in here that weren't totally melted. And as you can see, they're completely melted now. So you want to just slowly put that in there. A little bit at a time here. Making sure, I thought something was in it. Like I said, I'm not a cook. I mean, like a professional cook or anything, but I do like keeping a saucer or something right here so I can keep all of my things that I use, and I can just set it there so it's not like extra cleanup that I have to do on the counters. Been trying to teach my 12-year-old that, and she hasn't totally gotten that just yet. Saying that quietly because I think she's here. Okay, see, it's getting more liquefied. Almost there. Just make sure you scrape the sides and get everything that you need to get. Okay, then it says add milk and vanilla. I am not a low-fat or fat-free person. I do not believe in that at all. So I usually get full-fat milk most of the time, or we did have some dairy issues for a little while, so we used a lot of oat milk and almond milk. Oat milk is not easy to get to in my neck of the woods though, so we used a lot of almond milk, coconut milk. I do have one with a severe tree nut allergy, so she can't have almond milk, so but now we're all good with dairy. So most of the time I get organic whenever I can, but like I said, I can't today, couldn't today. You gotta do what you gotta do and then let God take care of the rest. So I usually use heavy whipping cream or either milk. It's also good with almond milk too, so it's not, I mean, you're not gonna hurt anything if you use almond milk as well, or oat milk or whatever. So whichever milk substance you want to use. Let me shake this up really good. You're gonna use, for what I'm doing, because I'm doubling the recipe, it's gonna be 6 tablespoons, yeah, making sure. So I got my tablespoons here that are sitting on that little plate here. It's already been used, but we're going to use it again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that went a little bit over 6. If there's one thing that y'all will know whenever we're done is that Mandi can count. Okay, mix that up. Get that in there, good. All right, then you're gonna go back to your tablespoons and mix in vanilla. Again, I've still got that laying here on my thingamabob. One. Did the kids find you, Chris? Okay. 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 3. And then you've got 4. Okay. So there's 4. All right, and then you mix it up. See all the fatty stuff. You can tell you got some fat in there, which is good fat. Fat is good. Fat is not bad. Y'all remember in the 90s whenever, like, I shouldn't even be bringing this up, but remember in the 90s whenever they had like those fat-free chips? Blech. And everybody thought that fat-free was like great. Anyway, but they had the fat-free chips, and then my mother's gonna be appalled if she watches this because she's like, Mandy, why would you even bring that up? But it was fat-free chips, and I don't know if y'all remember, it was like in the mid-90s maybe, and you flip it over on the back and you looked at the ingredients, but it had like a warning that said that it causes anal leakage. Anyway, I'm full of useless, stupid facts. It's so gross. Okay, we added everything, all of our ingredients. Gently fold spoons of the whisk egg whites into the yolk mixture. Try to keep as much of the air and fluffiness as possible. So, let me unplug this because knowing me, I will make it go crazy and it will start going off. I'll turn it on. Get as much as you can off of here. Need to get the trash can out of the way because, like, that's gross. Sorry. All right, so we're gonna fold this in. So folding means just a little bit at a time. That was like a third of it. And then you're just gonna, like it says, just fold it. Don't mix, fold. And this is how you want it to look. I mean, it's not fully stirred. It's not supposed to be stirred completely. Still supposed to be fluffy. It's starting to smell good too. So just like half of that. Again, we're only like pulling out a third at a time. Try to get from the bottom and just kind of put it on top of it. It's boring. Cooking is boring sometimes, but then again, I think it's kind of therapeutic, especially if the kids are out of the house. Nothing against them, but it's just nice to have some quiet sometimes, and you know, we lead busy lives just like all of you do, so I'm sure some of you are like, Mandy, seriously, I don't have time to whip up this stuff and then like even whip up a big batch and set it in the fridge. And I have to say, I mean, we're busy. If you know Chris and I, well, and even if you don't, and if you follow me on other avenues, y'all know that we have other businesses as well, and it's just kind of crazy. But I think after my twins were born, I made this a priority to try and do these, you know, bulk recipes, you know, at least every 2 weeks, every other week. And then I knew that my kids were getting something that was wholesome. But I'm telling you right now, it doesn't happen every week. It doesn't happen every week at all. So yeah. And like I said earlier, I usually do this on a Saturday, but it doesn't always happen like that, as you can see. Okay, so I basically folded it in as much as I could. It's still, you still want it to be fluffy, all of that. So then we're gonna get out the handy dandy. I need to get this out of the way here before I spill stuff. All right, This is our Mickey waffle iron. I'm sure you can find them all over the place on Amazon. I'll link up ours so you can see it. I'm gonna put this up really fast. I don't like the cold stuff sitting out. Okay, I've got to plug this mother up. Plug it up. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that from there. Probably not. This is a really short cord, so like it's really hard to. Oh, good grief. Okay. Now maybe you can see a little bit better, but it's such a short cord you can't really see. Maybe. Okay, I've got that going. You don't have to spray it, but I do. Oh, that's not working.
You want me to put away a couple things?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, then you wait for it to get warm. Like I said, I don't normally spray it, but sometimes I do, especially on the first one, just to see how it's gonna do. And then I think it's pretty good to go. I don't really. Now this does have a little bit of a different type of consistency, so, but it's airy and fluffy, and I'm gonna, gross.
Giving you a live studio audience.
She's giving me a live studio audience, okay. But elaborating a little bit more on the spraying it. Most of the time you don't have to spray it, but like I said, the first one I just try to see where I'm at. Because this has a lot of butter in it too, so. All right, then I place it there. Boy, I sure do hope that these work out because y'all are live and I can't fix it. If not, what are you doing?
That looks so weird.
Doesn't look weird.
It looks like applesauce.
It's what they say every time. Is that it looks like applesauce and it looks weird. I think it does look like applesauce, but it doesn't taste like apple, and it doesn't look like applesauce after it's done.
Okay.
Yeah, you know this. She's just trying to be a butt. Alright, I try to let it sit. I'm just going to make one just so y'all can see, but I take a container, whatever container that you want, and I transfer it. It's easy to transfer because those egg whites just come right on out. I need my spatula back. Alright, get as much as I can out of there. And then I'm going to set it in the fridge. And then we can have it anytime we want. You might want to label it. Sometimes I'll put like a piece of paper and just a piece of tape over it saying what it is. Whenever you get it out though of the fridge, and every time you make one, make sure that you stir it really good before you put it in here. sort and anything special. Actually, I got that Tupperware from Dollar Tree one time. And, you know, because we have all kinds of, I shouldn't say Tupperware because it's plasticware. We have glassware as well. We have all these things. But I went by it to Dollar Tree like within a week or so to get those particular plasticware with lids, and they've lasted us
For a while.
for a long time. Yeah, so I put too much in there. That's all right. Yeah, you need to make sure that whenever you put it in there, you make sure that it's not going to explode onto the sides. And of course, I made it explode. I don't know if you can see. Mickey's got a fat head.
Dang.
Mickey's got a fat head.
Brutal.
Brutal. I got a chip. There's a chip on my plate. Let's try another one. Real life TV here. Chip on the plates and everything.
It smells good.
Smells very good. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is pretty much done, I do believe. No, it's not. If it starts trying to fall apart on you whenever you're trying to grip, I always use tongs, and whenever it's trying to, but these aren't the right tongs that I usually use. The plastic, that's a good thing. These are plastic, and they don't pick up as well. These are metal, and they pick up a lot better. You're able to kind of get underneath it.
But those are better like to scrape stuff off the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, so, but for what you're doing right here, use the metal. Okay, how do you think that they're done? That's it. Try to picture Mickey without the excess, you know, goo around his head, but that's it. Everything is completely done, front and back. So that's it. That's how to make Mickey waffles, low carb style. Like I said, I will put the recipe here so you can find it. Also, put the ingredients that I use so you can find it as well. And also, yeah, I guess that's it. Until next time, I'm sure one of my other colleagues here, one of my other bloggers, they are going to show you how to do other variations for Mickey waffles as well. So hopefully you and your family will enjoy this one. And if you do, make sure that you take pictures, send it to me so I know that y'all are enjoying it and that somebody actually made them. See y'all next time.